Hey y'all, Mind the Monsters, Sunshine here. So I'm live a little bit early because I just kind of wanted to get this started. I set this live for 6:30, but I do get off work at 5, so figured I would go ahead and go live. Hello, FarQ. Thank you for coming in. So this live is going to be about Madeline Soto. She was missing from the Orlando Kissimmee area. Hello, Drifty Rabbit. And as many of us that know that have been following her case, she was found murdered by her stepfather, boyfriend, mom's boyfriend, whatever you want to call him at this point. I've heard him referred to as both. I guess he's mom's boyfriend. So I was going to start this out with the news articles and things like that, building us up to where we are today. But I'm going to share something else that absolutely infuriated me. So this is going to be a video that I'm going to share first, and it's going to be from one of the local news stations. Let me make sure we're on full screen. Okay. So this is from one of the local news stations where, as many of you guys know, if you have been following her case, um, the at least one of the crime scene photos of Madeline was shared on Instagram by the Osceola sheriff's himself account. So I'm pretty well livid about it. And it's completely careless, and they should be totally ashamed of what they've done. So I'm going to start out with this.
On what is next for the man known as the prime suspect in a 13-year-old girl's murder.
We're working to figure out when he could be facing more charges. Stephen Stearns is the girl's mother's boyfriend. Right now, he's charged with sexual battery and child pornography. Investigators think instead of dropping Madeline Soto off at Hunters Creek Middle School last Monday, he killed her, threw away her backpack, and hid her body. Investigators later found her on Friday. And as Kissimmee police investigate Madeline Soto's murder, there are new questions tonight about social media posts published by a different law enforcement agency.
So over the weekend, employees at the Osceola County Sheriff's Office posted a crime scene photo and a selfie with the prime suspect in Soto's disappearance. News 6 investigator Mike DeForest joins us now. And Mike, you just heard from prosecutors about this.
That's right. I just received a statement from State Attorney Andrew Bain, who will be prosecuting the case. He says, in part, I'm deeply disturbed that the photos were carelessly made public. While I do not believe that these photos will have any evidentiary impact on the case, as of now, they were released in poor taste. Late Friday afternoon, Osceola County Sheriff's deputies discovered the body of 13-year-old Madeline Soto in a wooded area. On the very next morning, on the official Instagram page for Osceola County Sheriff Marcos Lopez, someone posted a photo that appeared to show a close-up view of the crime scene. News 6 has blacked out that image. But the photo caption, which reads, "Great day with our seniors," suggests the posting was unintentional. In a statement issued Saturday afternoon, the Osceola County Sheriff's Office said, quote, "Earlier today, a post was made on social media about a community event for seniors. In the post, an investigative photo was accidentally included. The photo was immediately removed. We deeply apologize for any confusion or disturbance this may have caused. As with any investigation, the information obtained is confidential, and any mistaken disclosures will be immediately rectified."
That could affect the investigation and prosecution of the case, the defense of the case, and it could also affect the potential jury pool.
News 6 legal analyst Stephen Kramer says the photos release may prompt a defense attorney to try getting the trial moved to another location. And he says it could open Sheriff Marcos Lopez up to civil liability.
You've got a grieving family that's suffering, and you may see an argument that this photo, even if it wasn't intentional, the release was negligent. And as a result, you may see a claim for damages and a lawsuit result from that.
The agency has not disclosed whether Sheriff Lopez himself or another staff member posted the Instagram photo. That same morning, Sheriff's Office employee Nerva Rodriguez posted this photo on her personal Facebook page. It shows Rodriguez posing in front of Stefan Stearns, the prime suspect in the teenager's disappearance. The caption reads, "If God's love has been poured out over your life, don't allow evil to keep you away from what he has prepared for you." The post includes the hashtag Nerva Rodriguez. Rodriguez is the executive director of the sheriff's office, a civilian position that oversees several departments, including the agency's social media. The photo was removed from Rodriguez's Facebook page after News 6 began asking questions about it. Rodriguez did not respond to my request for comment. A sheriff's office spokesperson said it could not answer questions about Rodriguez's Facebook post due to ongoing investigations. Lisa and Matt.
Mike DeForest, thank you.
I chose Wix for my business because of.
Let's get rid of that. So that completely and totally just set me off. I mean, how do you accidentally post a crime scene photo of a dead 13-year-old on social media? I cannot wrap my mind around it. Absolutely cannot wrap my mind around it. Okay, so 4Q says, what the? No. Porner Lover, welcome in, honey. Ava, welcome in. This Porner Lover, hope you're having a good day. Ava, awesome. Thank you guys for coming in. So I also have an article I'm going to share with you guys. Let me pull that up so I can show you what I'm reading. And I actually have a bigger version of the that was posted. So Osceola sheriffs accidentally post possible crime scene photo in Madeline Soto case on Instagram. And here we go. Here we have the monster getting walked into jail here.
At Hunters Creek Middle School last Monday.
Man, want answers on what is next for the man known as the prime suspect in a third.
So that's the same. But it just goes on to say, Kissimmee, Florida, the Instagram account for Osceola County Sheriff's Marcos Lopez posted a confidential crime scene photograph on Saturday morning, which the agency later said had been inadvertently shared with the public. The sheriff's office does not disclose whether Lopez himself or another agency employee posted the photo, and it is not specified the criminal investigation from the image originated from former Osceola Sheriff Russ Gibson, who is running against Lopez in 2024 election, said the photograph depicted a 13-year-old Madeline Soto who was found dead Friday afternoon in a wooded area in St. Cloud. The clothes seen in the photo are consistent with the outfit Soto was believed to be wearing as she was reported missing on February 26. In response to the questions from News 6, Osceola County Sheriffs did not dispute the photo steamed from Soto investigation. A caption below the photograph stated, "Great day with our seniors," followed by emoji and a smiling face wearing a halo. Earlier today, a post was made on social media about the community event seniors, unnamed Osceola County spokesperson, and in the email News 6 on Saturday. In the post, an investigative photo of accidentally included the photo was immediately removed. We deeply apologize for the confusion and disturbance that this may have caused. As with any investigation, the information obtained is confidential and many mistakes and disclosures will be immediately rectified. The Osceola County Sheriffs did not respond to question inquiring why the person who posted the Instagram photo was in possession of the confidential investigative photo. The crime scene photo was posted on the Instagram the same morning. Nerva Rodriguez, a civilian sheriff's office employee, shared a photograph of her personal Facebook posting with Stephen Stearns, the prime suspect in the Soto's disappearance. Okay, and then we have a video here. And no, I don't want it to play that. Oh, and it won't let me mute it. You gotta be kidding me. I'm just gonna talk over this, guys, because it's not gonna let me mute it. I'll mute it. Okay, there we go. Maybe
People
that
want
didn't.
answers on what is next for the man known as the prime
This is the
suspect
same.
in a 13-year-old girl's murder.
We're working to figure out when he could be facing more charges. Stephen Stearns is the girl's mother's
Okay,
boy.
so the selfie style photograph was taken and Stearns walked out the door of the Osceola County Jail Friday morning after being booked on charges of sexually battering a child and possessing child P. If God's love has poured over your life, don't allow evil to keep you away from what he has prepared for you, is what the caption said. Rodriguez is the executive director of the sheriff's office and non-law enforcement position, oversees multiple divisions, including social media services. So this is just reading the same thing. That we heard in the, let's see, according to Kramer, let's see, UFO protected under Florida law that deals with the dead minor child that has now been released to the public, said Kramer, that would affect the investigation and prosecution of this case, the defense of this case, and it also could affect the potential jury pool. According to Kramer, the social media post may increase the chances that the trial could be moved to another city. There is going to be potential argument from the defense that the release of this photo taints the jury pool, so you might see a motion of change of venue. Florida law prohibits the release of photographs depicting the killing of a minor, including images of the videos of the minor's body, except to a surviving parent. A government official who willfully and knowingly disseminates such confidential photos and violating Florida law could be charged with a third-degree felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. There is no indication that the Osceola County Sheriff's Office employees intentionally posted the crime scene photo, but Kramer said the Instagram post showing the crime scene could open a sheriff's office up to civil liability. You've got a grieving family that is suffering, and you may see an argument that this photo, even if not intentional, was released, was neglected. It means neglect, said Kramer. As a result, you may see claim for damages, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them because it's disgusting. It was in poor taste, and it absolutely infuriates me. Absolutely infuriates me. Let's see. I'm going to check comments real quick, and then I'm going to switch over. He says, I can't believe they accidentally did that. Yeah, accidentally. Accidentally. I don't understand how this happened. I don't either. Ava says, poor Maddie, like she hasn't been victimized enough. Exactly. And I do have the right pointer lever. What are they doing, passing these pics around? Exactly. And I do have the arrest affidavit. It's in my Discord. I'm not going to share it on my channel. We do have some creators, I use that word lightly, that have chose to show those documents on their channel, and I will not be doing that out of respect for Madeline. Okay, so you guys get a good look at this. So this is the photo that she shared. She's so proud of her little selfie. Look at that. Naveria Rodriguez. And there's the monster. So, isn't that nice? What the hell, man? Like, I don't get it. I just can't wrap my mind around it. Cannot wrap my mind around it. Okay, and then we're going to share this. And I won't be sharing that affidavit because it is extremely disturbing, but I am going to pull up something else. Is this it? Let's see. Let me get back over here. I screenshot a lot of stuff, guys, to put together stuff that I wanted to show. So I'm just making sure it's. And if you're wondering if this picture's out there on social media, it absolutely is. Absolutely. Now, however, I have not seen the photo, and if I had it, I wouldn't share it, and I probably wouldn't tell anybody if I had it, but I don't have it. I'm an open book. I have no reason to lie. I don't have it. I have a portion of the picture that was sent by someone that has the photo, and I do have a description of the photo. Apparently, you could see a small portion of Madeline, the clothes that she was wearing. It's confirmed that that is what was seen in the picture, and she's covered with hay, brush, and other debris from the fields. So that's as far as I'm going to go with what's in the photo. And the only reason I'm talking about what's in the photo is because how disgusting and careless it was for the Osceola Sheriff's Department to do that. Absolutely just completely disgusting. Okay. Come down off my soapbox for a minute. So I have this I want to share. This was posted today. This is part of the local news as well. In just a second, I'll share the screen, guys. This is Fox Orlando. Big shout out to them for doing a great job. I mean, Fox, normally it's Welsh too that you see that, you know, they do phenomenal reporting, but got to give it to Fox because they have been really doing some heavy reporting.
Well, right now, a mother in Orange County is begging for help locating her missing daughter. Maddie Soto was last seen on Monday, one day after she and her family celebrated her 13th birthday. Soto's mother, Jen, says surveillance video shows Maddie hanging out in a church parking lot after being dropped off for school.
Okay, so now we know that she was not dropped off for school and she was not in that church parking lot.
But she never made it inside. She says deputies are using canines and a piece of Maddie's clothing to try and track her scent near Town Loop Boulevard. FDLE has issued a missing child alert. And if you see her, please contact the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
Happening right now. Take a look at this. Search crews out looking.
And that's what I'm saying is the community really came together and did phenomenal work searching for Maddie.
For a missing 13-year-old girl. Sky Fox over the scene just a short time ago. These folks are out searching in the area of Osprey Park. This is right near Hunters Creek. Authorities say 13-year-old Maddie Soto was last seen Monday, just one day after her birthday. She was dropped off for school that morning.
And this was what she was wearing, a green jacket, black shorts, white Crocs.
Monday, she did not make it inside the school. Maddie may be wearing a green jacket, black shorts, and white Crocs. Fox 35 was able to speak with her mom, who says that she just wants Maddie to come home safe.
Okay, so this interview is getting a lot of scrutiny. Like, I've seen it picked to pieces. I'm not going to pick it to pieces, but I am going to put my 2 cents in from here to there. And I'm not victim bashing and I'm not bashing the mom, but I am going to put my 2 cents in.
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her.
Okay, so first of all, you got Creeper here. You guys can see him over here in the corner, hovering in the background. And if you look at like the steps of a offender like this is one of the things that they do. They want to be close to what's going on.
I want her to be okay and I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed.
So mom tells us that Maddie has never run away before. She says she does sometimes forget her cell phone at home, and she did forget her cell phone on her way to school on Monday morning. The sheriff's office is searching.
Okay, so I have to say that a lot of people are saying it's not common for a teenager to leave their phone and da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, I'm going to be the devil's advocate here because many of you guys know my real life. I have a stepdaughter. That phone does not stay attached to her, and she's close to Maddie's age. Like, really close to Maddie's age. So some kids are just not into the TikTok and the, you know, she does have TikTok and stuff like that. But, you know, all these kids are not into all this, you know, Snapchat and being attached to their phone, especially if they are a detached child. You know, and I'm not saying my stepdaughter's detached, but the article that we're going to see after this, it's going to show you, because I refuse to read the affidavit, but we are going to look at an article that talks about the affidavit.
For Maddie with canines. That's right near Town Loop Boulevard, where we were showing you that video. Again, this is in the Hunters Creek area, Osprey Park. If you think you have seen Maddie, please call the Orange County Sheriff's Office right away. They did say that she was seen on surveillance video in a church parking lot right next to the school, but then was not seen after.
And tell us what's going on with Maddie.
Well, Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school.
Okay, and I know other people have mentioned this. She says we dropped her off. So you have to listen to that play on words whenever you're looking into these cases. Yes, this is a mother whose child is missing. And again, I'm not bashing the mom by any means. But this is what we do as advocates. We look at everything from every angle. So she does say we dropped her off. And you see Creeper still back here in the background.
She crossed the street and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point.
We thought she walked to school. My boyfriend, you're going to hear him referred to as a couple different things.
It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school. But she never made it that walk and that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never made it to school after that. It's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken, but she never made it.
And that was the last anyone's seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to...
Depending on what school it is, FARQ, they don't all wear uniforms down here. But very graphic and sick. I'm going to check comments real quick. The kids were already hit that one. Hello, Carrie. Welcome in. Welcome in, honey. Thank you for joining us. And FARQ says the we doesn't mean much to her.
Pick her up after school, and she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well. Drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed that she was absent all day. At that point is when I called 911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
Have you heard from like any of her friends? Has she been active on any social media?
She hasn't been active on social media. None of her chats, none of her games. We did contact all her friends. None of them had seen her Monday or heard from her. Yeah, there's no update.
And I have to ask this, and I know I hate doing it, but is she the type that would run away? Has this happened in the past or anything? Has she ever threatened to run away?
Never. She's never ever mentioned anything like this before, and she's not the type to want to do this. She did accidentally leave her phone on Monday, which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful. So she left her phone at home, so there's no way to trace her. They tried tracing her school laptop, but that's off, so it's not pinging to anything.
Okay, now we know her school laptop is off because Creeper here in the background dumped her backpack and her laptop into the dumpster at the condo.
Jen, what is your fear? I know you mentioned she's on games and stuff. Do you think she could have like met somebody and tried to meet up with them?
She's open to us. She's open with us about, if she's got a crush with anyone. And she told us she had a crush on someone at school. And I looked at their messages. Nothing was weird. I looked at all of her messages, all of her deleted messages. Nothing seemed weird. It didn't seem like she was talking to anyone. So I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like she may have been taken, because this is not like her at all to just disappear and not let us know where she's going or who she's with. Yeah.
What are you getting from law enforcement? Are they actively searching for her? I mean, what happens now? I mean, especially that she doesn't have her phone with her.
So as far as I know, they're conducting a search around the school. Behind the school, there's a Shingle Creek. There's a wooded path area that you could walk. It's a hiking path. They are going back there with their canine dogs. They've taken a piece of her clothing to see if they can trace her scent. They're also taking their own vehicles. I'm not sure what type of vehicles, but they're going into the woods.
Okay, so we know that these canines are trained. They did not pick up her scent. So she never was there.
To search for her.
Because even if she had gotten out of the vehicle and then gotten into another vehicle, they would still be able to track the scent.
But I don't feel like that's going to find anything right now. We've had people all day on that trail sending us photos to see if anything there looks familiar and like her personal belongings, and nothing is hers. So I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm just contacting the news to get the word out, to get some help, because I'm desperate. I'm a wreck right now.
So you think that she's been taken?
And guys, make a mental note that during this interview, she's clearly on a Zoom meeting. So she, if you have a YouTube channel or if you do lives or anything, you know that you tend to look at the screen. So she is still looking up, which is a break of eye contact. However, she does pretty much keep eye contact or eyes forward in this interview.
Taken against her will?
I do think so, yes.
As a mom, what's your mother's intuition telling you right now?
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay, and I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed. I just want her back, whatever that means. I just want her back.
Okay, so again, not bashing mom by any means, but however, the high-pitched squeaky voice, I just don't know.
Are you getting any updates from law enforcement? I mean, yes, they're searching that small area, but have they gotten any hits on any scent or anything like that?
They haven't let me know anything. They haven't updated me since I spoke to them this morning. I've contacted them to get some information or to give them some leads, but I've heard nothing back.
And Jen, there's no way that she, just being, a teenager, was like, maybe had a fight with you or an argument with you and was like, you know what, I'm going to go hang out at so-and-so's house and teach her a lesson. Could that be a scenario?
I don't believe so. We actually haven't gotten into a fight in like a few weeks, or arguments or anything like that. If anything, on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family, and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts. She's just a happy girl, and she showed it on Sunday night when she went to bed. She was so happy. So, she had the best day. There was no.
And a lot of people are ridiculing mom for not being there at her birthday. Moms do work. So it is possible that she had to work. Like I said, I'm not bashing mom. I do have my opinions, and this is my front porch, and I will be expressing my opinion. So Carrie says, hi, mom. You got lots of stuff to scrutinize. Yeah, I saw the body language expert. Yeah, I have that somewhere too. I've got all kinds of stuff pulled up. Yeah, he's in the background. Because these guys that commit these crimes, they want to be near the scene. I'm going to let this play, and I'm going to go grab my notebook real quick.
There was no moment in that evening from when she got home from the party that she had her phone or had the laptop. She went straight to getting ready and went to bed. So I know she didn't have any conversations with anyone. She didn't make plans with anyone. I didn't see any of that.
That she spent the whole Sunday celebrating her 13th birthday. Was her 13th birthday on that Sunday, or that was just like the time you guys were celebrating?
That was the time we were celebrating. Her birthday was on Thursday, the 22nd.
Okay,
She
so
just turned 13.
but that's just so heartbreaking to be celebrating her 13th birthday, and then the very next day,
She's
that's the
gone.
last you've seen of her.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you go now? Are you gonna go out there and search or look, or what is are you sticking by the phone? Are you what are you doing?
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone, hoping she just appears.
Okay, so a lot of people have scrutinized this mom about staying at home. Now, keep in mind that a lot of times when you have these missing kids cases, they do not want the parents searching. That is not to place blame on the parents. The reason they don't want the parents searching is in case that something has happened in foul play. And keep in mind, at this point, Maddie's still missing. They do not want the parents searching because they don't want evidence picked up and shoved in your pocket. They don't want footprints kicked. They don't want anything moved if the parents are involved.
I know my entire family is out looking. They've all spread a bunch of flyers. I've had people contact me that they've gone to the international airport to spread flyers, to Amtrak, to Greyhound, just any way that if someone's taken her and they're trying to take her, just to show her face, just to make sure, she's not being taken against her will.
And you mentioned ADHD. Was there anything else maybe mentally going on, or that you knew of?
She does suffer from anxiety, and once upon a time she was diagnosed with autism. We had her what's the word?
Brained, maybe?
Reevaluated.
Okay.
We had her reevaluated a few months ago, actually, and they told us no, she didn't have autism, but she did have some autistic traits. She did have ADHD, some autistic traits, but not autism. So
Okay, so for everybody that's going around saying this child was autistic, you just heard mom say she had autistic traits. Autistic traits. So she has not been diagnosed or had not been diagnosed with being autistic.
I'm not sure where to leave with that, because one doctor said she did and one doctor saying she doesn't, and I don't know. She's just in the middle, I guess. Because she does have some tendencies, but socially she's pretty great. So I'm not sure.
And with the video that you were able to see whenever your boyfriend dropped her off, where was that? Which video? Was it a surveillance camera?
It was a surveillance camera from the church, Peace Church, right next to Hunters Creek Middle School.
And do you have that video?
I don't have that. They didn't show me. They wouldn't show me. It was actually my sister was the one at location, and they were letting her know what they saw on camera.
Okay.
But they didn't show it to any of us.
Got it. Okay. Jen, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Please, 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 if you have any information, contact me, contact law enforcement. Any information helps. Maddie, if you see this, please come home. Please be safe. I love you very much. If you have my Maddie, please just let her come home. We just want her home.
Okay, so for the Facebook groups that are wanting to know why mom did not speak to Maddie, right there it was. Y'all heard it with your own 2 ears. Y'all saw it with your own 2 eyes, or read it on closed caption, or whatever the case may be in your life. She did speak to Maddie in this interview. And this is the initial interview with mom.
Anyone with 10.
Okay, so let me mute that. And I'm going to read you guys something. So this is notes from my handy dandy notebook. And I want to read this because I feel like it's super important. It's post-offense behavior. Criminals insert themselves into the case. Attendant, a fantasy or plan or both. What triggered the action? The timeline. Why? Method or manner. Victim or victims selected. Cause or means of the crime. Body disposal. Crime, murder. Take place in the same place or multiple locations. Another option. Return to the scene of the crime for self gratification or to relieve a sensation. Those are just a few key points that I wanted to put a little bug in your ear. I'm going to check back with chat. Let's see. He was assaulting her for 2 years. Absolutely. And we're going to read an article about that in just a minute. Let's see. Her birthday was Thursday. They could have had a celebration, then the party on Sunday. Facts. Thank you, Dandy, for coming in. A minimum of 2 years. That's when it started. He started documenting it. Absolutely. And we see that if you have laid eyes on that horrible arrest affidavit. Thank you so much, Reese Jam, for coming in. Hello. Welcome. I'm normally not this sharp on lives, but I am absolutely livid. Check out PM in Discord. Okay. I'm sorry I'm late. If you showed it already, I'll check it out. I just found y'all's channel and thought, hi, I'd listen in. This case is heartbreaking. Well, thank you for coming in, Reese Gems. I appreciate it. Let's see. Doctors cannot diagnose autism. You need a psychologist child, a psychologist adult, speech therapist, psychiatrist. Well, that's here in Australia. We have specialists here as well. And yes, thank you so much for joining us, Reese. I hope you enjoy the live. We normally are normally try to have fun and still cover the cases and be serious, but I'm not usually so sharp with my mouth, if you will. But this absolutely just infuriates the hell out of me that not only did this child was molested, but okay, thank you, Dandy. Thank you so much. We will watch that next. Let's go ahead and pull that up so I'll have it waiting here in queue. Perfect. Thank you so much. You're awesome. All right, so I'm going to let this play. This is the presser.
All right. Well, good afternoon. So thank you for being here so we can bring as much attention as possible to the case of missing juvenile Madeline Soto. So let me first start by saying, I know as a parent, this is every parent's worst nightmare. Many of our detectives and deputies who are working the case, they also have children. So they're working extra hard to find Madeline. We can't even imagine the pain and anguish that Madeline's family is going through. But I do want to assure the community that we have well over 100 deputies, detectives, intelligence analysts, and specialized personnel who are investigating this case and searching for Madeline right now. And we will not stop until we find her. So Madeline is 13 years old. She has been missing since 8:30 on Monday morning when mom's boyfriend dropped her off near Hunters Creek Middle School. He dropped her off actually near the Peace United Methodist Church on Town Loop Boulevard. So I'll kind of go through like a timeline of events as we know it. Mom's boyfriend dropped Madeline off at about 8:30 a.m. on Monday morning, a few blocks away from the school. At approximately 4:30 on Monday afternoon, Madeline's mom went to the school to pick her up and found out that Madeline was not there and had never reported to school. So she never actually entered the school. And so we also learned that Madeline left her phone at home that day. So we were called on Monday evening at approximately 8 p.m. Our patrol deputies went out there, met with Madeline's mom at the school near Hunters Creek to take a report on her missing daughter. So we started the investigation that night, started canvassing the area, looking for any witnesses or surveillance video. So later that evening, while we were doing an investigation, we did obtain an article of Madeline from the house. We called our bloodhound. The bloodhound did an extensive search, which unfortunately did not provide any results about her whereabouts.
And as I said, if the bloodhounds were able to pick up her scent, she would have been in that area. But we know now that she was not in that area. She was never dropped off at school.
So our missing persons detectives responded to take over the investigation. So they did interviews with mom's boyfriend, Madeline's friends from school. We were able to access Madeline's phone, and there is information on the phone that indicated that she told people when she turned 13, which was on February 22nd, she actually wanted to go live in the woods. So that was in her phone. And so during the course of the day on Tuesday, detectives and deputies conducted extensive interviews, an extensive canvass. We collected video from the area, and again, conducted interviews with family members. So on yesterday, we distributed flyers in the area near the school. As a matter of fact, Madeline's family had their own flyers. We're also distributing flyers to family and friends and students at the school at the same time. So the house is in Kissimmee, where the family lives, is being held overnight by the Orange County Sheriff's Office and the Kissimmee Police so that we could secure search warrants. This is common practice in cases like this, and those search warrants should be executed.
And if you guys check out JLR's video, the door was left unlocked. The door was wide open to the condo.
Today on Wednesday this morning, more than 50 members of our emergency response team responded out there to the area near the school and conducted an area search for Madeline. And so we have a command post set up out there at that area. We also have a command post set up here at the sheriff's office for the investigative side of it. So, our detectives are continuing to do interviews and follow up on all possible leads. One thing we do in all missing person cases, especially missing juveniles, our sex offender surveillance squad goes out and makes contact with every single sex offender in the area of Madeline's last location.
And you have to keep in mind, those are the ones that are registered, unlike the one that was living with her. Or not necessarily offender, because I don't think he'd ever been busted for it, but, predator.
And so, I wish I had some more definitive answers. We just want to keep getting Madeline's picture out there. We want people who may know something about her disappearance to call us. They can call us anonymously at 1-800-423-TIPS. They can also call 911 if they think they know what happened to Madeline. And again, it's every parent's worst nightmare, but rest assured that we are doing everything possible. We have an extensive section dedicated to working solely on finding out where Madeline is. And I'll take some questions, but again, still early on in the investigation. I'll start over here.
Okay, so we've seen this presser. This is
so
before
right now
she was found. So I'm going to skip through the questions.
Don't qualify through the Florida Department of.
This is his perp walk. So I've been told that this is not a turtle suit. Turtle suits are green. This is where they potentially have taken his clothing, because his clothing could have evidence or DNA on it. So it's more like a jumpsuit, so they could keep his clothes. Accidentally, on purpose, factory resetting his phone. Didn't do shit for help.
The search for Maddie continues.
Maddie, if you see this, please come home.
It's now been 4 days since 13-year-old Madeline Soto was last seen in Orlando. Her mother's boyfriend now sitting in a jail cell, the prime suspect in her disappearance.
Based upon his refusal to come to court, he's got an out-of-county warrant out of Osceola County. His bonds will remain at none.
And Fox 35 got Stefan Stearns on camera before he was arrested.
Tonight, Maddie's family is hoping for good news as they wait for a break in the case.
We will not stop until we find her.
Okay. Of course, we got a StreamYard app. Of course, we got a StreamYard app. What will we do without our StreamYard ad?
Developing story tonight. A lot has happened over the past few days since Maddie disappeared. So here's what we know right now. Maddie celebrated her 13th birthday on Sunday. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Marlisa Goldsmith. Monday morning, Maddie's mom's boyfriend, Stefan Stearns, reportedly took Maddie to school. She was last seen crossing the street around 8:30 that morning. Orange County deputies released this missing persons poster on Tuesday.
And then Wednesday morning, deputies searched the woods near Hunters Creek and then held a press conference. And then just before 10 o'clock last night, deputies arrested Stearns. His charges include sexual battery.
Fox 35's Hannah McKenzie joins us live tonight. And Hannah, you have been following this story for a while now. Stearns has been named a prime suspect in the case.
Yeah, Marlisa, I sure have. And I actually spoke with one of Maddie Soto's aunts today. She tells me this has been a very difficult day for them. And this news, this new development has really been devastating to the family, but they're still holding out hope for Maddie's safe return. Maddie Soto missing since Monday. The 13-year-old allegedly dropped off for school near Town Loop Boulevard around 8:30, didn't make it inside. Stefan Stearns, now named prime suspect in her disappearance. Stearns is the longtime boyfriend of Soto's mother, Jen. You can see him here in the background of our interview with Jen Soto Tuesday.
I went to pick her up after school.
And this is where I bring up these key points. A criminal post-offense behavior inserts themselves into the case. The reason they do that is because they want to know, how is the case moving? Are there a suspect? What's going on with the case? Just like we heard him say that the police had taken him to search. You guys follow enough cases if you're around these streets and if you're watching these cases and you're a true crime person. What is the reason they take somebody to a crime scene? What is the reason they take somebody to a search or an area that is suspect to be a crime scene?
And she wasn't there.
Sitting behind her, Stearns is fidgeting.
So I don't know about you guys, but when I've been crying, my voice changes. You can clearly tell that I have been crying. I've cried on lives before. I've got a whole short about a child that I hold dear to my heart that I'm bawling and squalling. So your voice changes when you've been crying.
And cracking his knuckles.
That's a way to release tension. The point is, tension is actually one of the 27 what we call points of interest that can lead to possible deception or suspect behavior.
Human behavior investigator Susan Constantine isn't connected to this case. We asked her to weigh in on Stearns' mannerisms.
In my personal opinion, I would have said, Sheriff's Office, you need to take a really good look at this guy. He is presenting to me suspect behavior.
Right now, Stearns is behind bars, charged with sexual battery and possession of material depicting sexual performance by a child. Stearns, voluntarily handing over his phone, stated he accidentally factory reset the device the day Soto went missing.
Y'all.
On it, investigators recovering disturbing photos and videos. An arrest warrant from Kissimmee police revealing details too graphic to air.
What about Mr. Stearns?
The 37-year-old being held without bond, refusing to show up in court Thursday. Retired detective David Nutting has dealt with hundreds of suspects over the years. How frustrating is it when you have a prime suspect who is refusing to play ball or give up information or just answer questions?
It's especially frustrating in cases involving children, because it just seems so right in human nature to just tell everything you know. I mean, this is a truly innocent victim. This is somebody, Maddie, a young girl who did not live a high risk lifestyle, and she's apparently with this monster. And it's just frustrating as why can't you just tell us what happened and let's resolve this case and bring Maddie back.
Facts. How many times have we said this? Just tell us what happened. Just tell us where they are. Like Harmony, for instance. Her monster. Just tell us where they are. Why drag this out? What, so you can get seen on TV? Get your kicks off by getting in the background or getting on an interview?
Home.
Stearns is from Northport, Florida. That's about 2 hours from here.
And we're also going to take a look at a screenshot that I took of the distance. I think it's in my Discord. I may just open the Discord tab so that way I don't have to keep bouncing back and forth. So just to give you guys context, Discord logged me out. Of course it did. On my computer lately. I need to switch over to the Mac. So I appreciate everybody for being patient with me here. Let me get back to... Dandy, if you're still in here, anything you have, just drop it in the DMs on Discord, and I'll be more than happy to pull it up, honey. Thank you so much for helping. You're awesome. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up real quick. And I'm going to share this tab just for context, guys. So let me make it big. So this is the difference. This is the distance between Northport, which is right here where you see 75, and the Kissimmee area. It's an estimate, so it's not exact. But you're looking at about an hour and a half, and that's interstate driving. And there's a whole lot of woods and a whole lot of swamp in between there. So just want to point that out. We'll go back to this one.
Ties to the area. On Thursday, the Northport Police Department confirming they too have assisted in this investigation. If you know where Maddie Soto is or you have any information that may help investigators with this case, you're asked to reach out to the Orange County Sheriff's Office, call 911 or call Crime Stoppers. In Kissimmee tonight, Hannah McKenzie, Fox 35 News.
Jorge has always put the ones he loves first, but he's let his own dental care take a
You're
back
not
seat.
listening to your ad.
So thank you for being here. We have some important developments in this case that we want to share with our community. I wish we were here to tell you that we have found Madeline, but we have not found her. Last night, detectives from the Kissimmee Police Department met with Madeline's mother, and they had to tell her the very devastating news that although we have not found Madeline, we are now confident that she is dead. So our efforts will be focused on recovering Madeline. Dozens and dozens of detectives, crime analysts, and specialized team members have been working nonstop and following up on every single lead and every shred of evidence. Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off on the morning of February 26th near her school. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time and that Stephen Stearns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day. We have video evidence that shows Stephen Stearns discarding items in a dumpster.
Okay, so here's my question. They have video evidence, and this is a nice area, guys. We went there on Saturday. So everything happens for a reason. That's probably why I missed the Instagram post of her picture. I probably would have snapped on the Osceola Sheriff's Department on Instagram. But either way, so we drove there. And I'm going to bring that footage up and share that footage with you guys. It's on the channel, but I do want to bring it in for context so I can show that. I mean, and we drove all around. We didn't just go to the areas. Like, we drove all around. We got a good view of the area from the condo, the local areas, and to where her body was dumped. We spent several hours driving around the area.
In that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26th. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephen Stearns returning to the complex, and Madeline was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time. As a result of that, although the initial missing persons investigation started in Orange County, the Kissimmee Police Department will now be taking over the investigation and will become the lead agency. And of course, the Orange County Sheriff's Office, all of our support personnel will be available and will still be assisting in this investigation. So at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Chief Holland from the Kissimmee Police Department. Chief.
Thank you for being here. As Sheriff Mina said, this is still an active and ongoing investigation, and there is a lot of additional information that we cannot release at this time. I do want to note that Stefan Stearns was transported from the Orange County Jail to the Osceola County Jail, where he is being held on capital sexual battery.
Okay, so this is just my opinion. They should have left his hand in Orange County Jail because, like I said, I'm a local. So I'm going to tell you right now, Orange County Jail is not a happy place to be. They should have left his hound in right there in Orange County Jail instead of moving him to Osceola County Jail way out in the sticks.
Charges filed by the Kissimmee Police detectives. Right now, our top priority is recovering Madeline. We are still appealing to
I'm trying to get better quality here,
for
guys.
its help in this case.
I'm hardwired in.
Please share this crime on
apologize.
bulletin on my right of Stephen Stearns. He was last seen driving a silver 2010 Lincoln MKZ. The Florida tag is IYLL82. On Monday, February 26th, between 1 and 2:30 p.m. in the area of State Road 192 and Old Hickory Tree Road, as well as Old Hickory Tree Road and Nolte Road. During this time frame, it is believed that Stearns had a flat tire and might have been seen changing the tire in this area. If anyone saw this vehicle or noticed anything suspicious, we're asking that they call Crime Line. We will continue to work tirelessly with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, the Osceola County Sheriff's Office, and St. Cloud Police Departments to bring a resolution to this case and recover Maddie. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Chief. We'll take some questions, but
And
just
so we're not going to
remember,
listen to
we're still in
questions.
the
We're going to
middle of
move
this
on.
investigation. There's a lot of things that we cannot reveal.
Office just confirmed that news.
Skyfox is flying over a wooded area.
Yes, we reviewed that footage. It was very grainy. We weren't able to determine that was her, but like I said, we know that she was never dropped off at school that morning. That's correct. Searches are continuing as we speak. And so, like I said, we have people who are working nonstop. And so every lead that comes in, every piece of evidence that we receive, we're going to follow up on that. And if that leads us to a new search area, we'll
Okay,
be
so I'm
out.
going to look at comments real quick because I don't want to get too far behind. Well, I have to catch up on replay. Got to go make my son dinner. I'll definitely be back. Thank you so much, Ray Jam, if you can hear me. Or Ray Jam, I apologize if you can hear me. Farkey says, Reason enjoyed the tacos. Definitely. Thank you for coming in. Carrie says, sorry. I believe that the boyfriend offed her. Yeah. Yep. Farkey says she's agreeing. Let's see. Dandy says, did she see her getting dressed for school? Did you now? Right. Right. You saw her getting dressed for school? Yeah, I called bullshit. Okay. Far says, they think you did it. You can help with their investigation. Let's see, the man had no tears, just acting to cry. Oh, yeah, it makes me want to just scream. Let's see. Kenny B, 1965, welcome in. Hi, there's a case in the UK where Ian Hunty inserted himself giving the news interviews. He unalived 2 girls, and his girlfriend covered for him. Very similar. See, See what I'm saying, guys? This is research that I've done that, this is like the points that you don't see in all cases, but you do see this in most of these type of offenders. Q, he was trying to look so sad. He was so sad with his fake ass alligator tears. Kenny, there were two girls in footy tops. I'm not down with the lingo. Kenny saying hello to everybody. Welcome in, Kenny. I appreciate you being here. Yes, Liverpool tops. They were partially found burned in bins at the school where he was a caretaker. I think I remember that case. I think I remember that. He was called the Sawham murders. Let's see. Kylie Rodney's mother sounded the same. Fake crying stands out like a sore thumb. It does. It does the high pitched voice like this. It doesn't make you look any more less suspect to me. See, Q. Yeah, two beautiful girls were tragically taken. The sick of these pedos and a whole life ahead of them. He is now in Durham. I'm sorry, guys. Prison, only 10 miles away from my home. Oh, wow. Wow, that's close. His girlfriend was their teacher. Q says yes, or Kenny says, Q, yes, that is right. She then covered for him. Okay, Far knows the case. I think I do too. It is a plague. It is absolutely a plague. And yes, monsters walk among us. And I always say this, guys, you never know if the guy you got coffee from this morning has somebody chained in the basement. That's the world we live in. Or shoved in the rafters of a shed. That's a case that we saw recently.
We continue to follow breaking news in Osceola County. The body of 13-year-old Maddie Soto has been found. The Orange County Sheriff's Office just confirmed that news.
Sky Fox is flying over a wooded area along Old Hickory Tree Road. We're told Maddie Soto's body was found near there in a remote area. Fox 35 Stephanie Buffamonte joins us live. And Stephanie, what can you tell us about this heartbreaking development?
Yeah, truly heartbreaking. We're learning that Madeline Soto's body was found right near where I am standing on Hickory Tree Road. And they found her body around 4:30 this afternoon, according to the sheriff's office, in a very wooded area. And a source tells Fox 35 that it takes a couple of miles to get to where her body was found by foot. I want to just show you what it looks like over here right now. You can see we're blocked off at this intersection. A sheriff's office deputy blocking off the area where they say that they found Madeline Soto's body. And now this is Sky Fox video of teams out here searching this area. And this, of course, comes after the Orange County Sheriff John Mina said that he was confident that Maddie was dead and that they were working to find her body. That was the latest we had heard from earlier this afternoon. And now we're getting this heartbreaking update that her body was found. I want to show you a picture of this car. This is Stephen Stern's car, who was Maddie's mom's boyfriend. He was the suspect in her homicide case. He was last seen driving a silver Lincoln and in this area of Old Hickory Tree Road and Nolte Road. And now, of course, we are learning that her body was found in a wooded area. We are, of course, are going to try to find out any more information about this case, and we will bring it to you live. For now, reporting live, Stephanie Buffamonte, Fox 35 News.
Right now on Fox 35 News at 10, Morning Maddie. The body of 13-year-old Madeline Soto found in the woods in Osceola County.
Tonight, the community coming out by the hundreds to...
And guys, we weren't able to go to the vigil because when I seen the post about the vigil, I would not have had time to put Mr. Sunshine in the car and get down there in time. So I apologize for not being able to go to the vigil and show my respects. But Saturday we did get up and we did drive down there. And I'm going to bring that footage up next.
Honor the young girl's memory.
We came out here because we just wanted to pay our respects to this girl that died in such a horrible fashion.
As family and friends mourn, the investigation into who killed her and why continues.
I'm Stephanie Buffamonte. We are a mile and a half from where 13-year-old Madeline Soto's body was
so
found.
sad, man.
I'll have a live report on the search and the homicide investigation.
So sad.
How much do you pay?
Okay, so we're not doing the ad thing. I'm going to talk through the ad because I'm going to bring up the footage and show you guys where we drove around. I was unable to go live because we were not alone in the car and I didn't feel comfortable going live. So I did get footage, and I didn't film the whole trip because I do have an iPhone that I did pay more than I should have for, but apparently the memory's not enough for everything that I keep in my phone.
The body of Maddie Soto was found tonight near St. Cloud. The search for her began on Monday and has now shifted to a homicide investigation as the community is mourning Maddie tonight. Good evening and welcome. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Hannah McKenzie. The prime suspect in her disappearance, Stefan Stearns, is still sitting in a jail cell tonight, but so far he has not been charged in her death. We have team coverage tonight. Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte is live near the spot where Maddie's body was found. But we begin with Fox 35's Randy Hildreth live outside Maddie's middle school in Orange County. And Randy, a vigil for Maddie just wrapped up not too long ago there.
Yeah, initially organizers anticipated maybe 20 to 40 people would show up when they put the post out. Considering the news that her body had been found came out about 45 minutes before this vigil was set to start, we saw hundreds show up to honor her life. Now, step to the side, we're right in front of the middle school, and within the last few minutes, we saw those who couldn't attend earlier come tonight to pay their respects.
In situations like these, it's hard to find the words to express. And it's hard to provide peace to a heart that's broken.
Tonight, hearts are shattered.
The feeling is for sure it's overwhelming, sadness, disbelief.
Any loss of any child is tragic. This is just a heartbreaking situation to see this family go through.
Hundreds of community members gathered in front of Hunters Creek Middle School in honor of 13-year-old Maddie Soto. Initially, a vigil to pray she'd be found safe. Now, a moment to honor her life.
Atmosphere is heavy with grief, with helplessness, because I know you can identify me when you say that you wish you could have done something.
A community trying to make sense of the tragedy.
We will get through this one step at a time together in unity.
Balloons, candles, teddy bears, tears. Songs and prayers for Maddie and those who knew and loved her.
We as one community will comfort each other. And we'll get through this hard time.
Now, we didn't see Maddie's family here. Organizers of tonight's vigil says that this was organized not in connection with her family or in connection to the school district, but just as an opportunity for people to come together and heal. In terms of next steps, Orange County Public Schools says that it will have grief counselors in place here at Maddie's middle school for students and staff who need some help processing this. Live tonight, Randy Hildreth, Fox 35 News.
Thanks, Randy. And that vigil happened shortly after the Orange County Sheriff's Office confirmed that Maddie's body had been found. Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte is live near St. Cloud tonight, not far from where she was found. So, Stephanie, certainly not the result anybody wanted to hear tonight.
No, it was not. 13-year-old Madeline Soto's body was found just about a mile and a half from where I am standing right now off Hickory Tree Road. A heartbreaking update for so many who were hoping she would be found alive. Skyfox over the area near Hickory Tree Road, where law enforcement say the body of 13-year-old Madeline Soto was found days after she was reported missing. Deputies say a tip led them to recovering the teen's body.
And big shout out to the community member that called in the tip that they saw this car with a flat tire, which I'm sure he got a flat tire if he drove back in there, because Florida terrain is not to be messed with. We have ground palms that the ground palms have thorns on them, don't they? Sunshine. The ground palms have thorns on them, right? Yeah. Puncture a tire? He says they won't puncture a tire, but there's still some pretty gnarly stuff out in these woods. And you have pond prawns too, and pond prawns are something not to be played with. Those things are stout.
In a rural area of St. Cloud. They say she was found in shrubs off the road.
We sent our units out here and we did discover what appears to.
Okay, so this is Lopez, just for those of y'all that caught the first of the live that accidentally released the crime scene photo of Maddie's body on Instagram.
To be a body. The body has clothing very similar to what the victim was last seen wearing.
Deputies believe that Madeline was never
Now, thanks
dropped
to him, the public knows that for sure.
off at school Monday morning and was dead before then. Maddie's mom's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, is the main suspect in this homicide.
We have video evidence that shows Stephen Stearns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephen Stearns returning to the complex and Madeline was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time.
Stearns was last seen driving a silver 2010 Lincoln MKZ.
And you have to keep in mind that if you've never been around someone that has passed away, him saying that she was sleeping, you know, not in every death, but you have to think that your eyelids are controlled by muscles. If those muscles are not able to close your eyelids, the eyes stay open.
Between 1 and 2:30 on Old Hickory Tree Road and Nolte Road, which is near where her body was found Friday. Our cameras were rolling as Stearns was transferred from Orange County to Osceola County Jail today before she was found.
Where was Maddie last seen? Why aren't you helping her mother and her family? This is a little girl. Help them find Maddie.
I love that reporter.
Stearns is in jail with no bond. He will have a first appearance in Osceola County Court tomorrow. Reporting live in St. Cloud, Stephanie Buckmonte, Fox 35 News.
Just one day after the body of 13-year-old Maddie Soto was found, the prime suspect in her disappearance was a no-show in court today. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm
Here
Manny
we go.
Mark.
Here's another coward that not only didn't show up to court once, but twice. Why bother going to court when you've committed this kind of a murder? Amongst the other things that he did to torture this child while she was alive.
Stephen Stearns waived his first appearance before a judge this morning for the second time in just a span of a few days. He's now facing sexual battery and child pornography charges, but has not so far yet been charged in Maddie's death. Fox 35's Matt Trezza explains why more charges could be on the way.
Stephen Stearns was a no-show for his first appearance in Osceola County Court. His lawyer didn't even want the judge reading out the charges.
Stephen Stearns, or Stephens. Your Honor, at this time, I am going to waive Mr. Stearns' appearance. I'm also going to waive the reading of these charges. Mr. Stearns is aware of what he's been arrested for.
At the first appearance, Stearns faced charges including...
Oh, yeah, because you see those other inmates sitting there? They don't want those charges read in court. Because then the inmates will know why he's in there.
Sexual battery and possession of material depicting sexual performance by a child. Stearns had voluntarily handed his phone to investigators who managed to recover photos and videos that they called disturbing. Investigators say he's also the prime suspect in Maddie Soto's disappearance. Search teams finally recovered Maddie's body Friday evening after an exhaustive search through the woods in Osceola County. The judge said Stearns would stay behind bars.
Understood, sir. You got 0 bond and 24 CF 632. Good luck to you.
Orange County deputies have turned over the case to Kissimmee police. Sheriff John Mina says they have proof Stearns tried to cover his tracks after Maddie's death.
We have video evidence that shows Stephen Stearns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephen Stearns returning to the complex and Madeline was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time.
Former Orlando Police Chief Orlando Rolone says Stearns may have thought he could fool investigators.
This is a perfect example of someone who probably thought
I can get away with this. And unfortunately, everything is pointing at the fact that he has now been caught for the murder of this child.
Kissimmee police say at this time they aren't releasing any further updates on the case. In Kissimmee, Matt Trezza, Fox 35 News.
Right now on the Fox 35 News at 10, Mourning Maddie. Support continues to pour in for 13-year-old Maddie Soto after her body was found yesterday in Osceola County. Thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Manny Martinez. We have team coverage again tonight from the courtroom to a memorial. And it's Fox 35's Stephanie Bafmati that leads us off from where investigators found Maddie's body.
Okay.
Here's one thing you need to do.
I'm going to double check this, but I think the rest of it's just going to kind of be the same information we've already seen. I'm going to skip this up. Okay, no, this is going to show the
Flowers here who say they never met Maddie, but were heartbroken to hear of her
the
loss.
memorial.
I don't even know the girl. I'm getting choked up, but it's just sad that it happened. She didn't deserve that.
Flowers, stuffed animals, and rosaries, all for Madeline Soto. Many in the community were shaken to hear of the 13-year-old's death, especially when her body was recovered in their neighborhood.
I felt devastated. I felt like it was something so messed up and nobody should ever go through that.
The Osceola County Sheriff's Office says a tip led law enforcement to her body off Hickory Tree Road Friday afternoon. Jason Garcia used to ride past there on the way to school.
It was definitely heartbreaking because it's like, it's close by home. And when I actually saw where she was basically found, I was like, wow. I used to take the bus every single morning and throughout this area. So it was something that, just broke my heart.
Madeline was found in a very rural part of Osceola County, only a few homes on this stretch of Hickory Tree Road. Deputies believe Maddie's mom's boyfriend, Stephen Stearns, moved her body and is the prime suspect in her death. And that's what so many find so hard to stomach.
Nobody should be killed and thrown in the middle of nowhere.
It's something that shouldn't happen to no child out there. And it's why? Why? Someone that could have a bright future.
Stearns, who is now behind bars, was last seen driving a silver 2010 Lincoln MKZ Monday afternoon between 1 and 2:30 on Old Hickory Tree Road and Nolte Road, which is near where her body was found. This man's family member caught a car driving past their home Monday afternoon on a home security camera that matched when and where Stearns was driving. He gave it to Kissimmee PD.
I believe the Kissimmee Police Department is going to make sure they have all the solid evidence that they can get to make sure that this man stays behind bars.
If you have any tips that may help this investigation, call the Kissimmee Police Department. You can also call Crime Line and remain anonymous. Reporting in St. Cloud, Stephanie Bafmati, Fox 35 News.
And right now, investigators are working.
And Crime Line does a lot of really good work. If you guys saw a couple of years ago, I did a live at the police gathering, the police show here in where I live outside of Orlando. And like I said, I live in Orlando on the outskirts. So, and I go a block down the road, I'm in Orlando.
Working to piece together Madeline Soto's murder. The 13-year-old teenager was found dead in rural Osceola County on Friday. The prime suspect, Maddie's mother's boyfriend, is behind bars this morning. This investigation has been a...
Okay, I'm going to speed this up.
Thank you so much for being here. It is always good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
This was just such a massive search effort. And for those of us in the media
Okay, so
who
there going
do
to talk
these
about
kinds
the
of stories
search.
all the time,
So
and
I'm
for
going
you
to drop
as
this
former
link in
police
chat
chief,
if you guys want to finish
walk me
watching
through
this.
kind
The
of the stages
timestamp
and how,
is
when we all kind of knew that this was
54
not
minutes.
going to end the way that we had hoped.
Okay, so that's 54 minutes. I'm going to catch up on comments real quick, and then I'm going to share the video that we took the day we were down there. FarQ says, the only monsters are humans. She says, I understand, mind the monsters. It's so sad. It is. It is. Absolutely. And spiders. Just absolutely spiders. Yeah. Not a fan of spiders. Pedos and murders can't be rehabilitated. I agree. They cannot be rehabilitated. They can't. They can't. And is the mother also a not that I've heard of as of yet, in the eye of justice of the community and the eye of justice of the YouTube community, she's pretty much been called a suspect, but not that I've seen by law enforcement. Charges them both. Mom is hindering an investigation by lying. Facts. That we, and we're not speaking French. Kenny, I'm not sure. I'm not about to condemn her. I need a little bit more people to react different things. I agree to that. I agree. Everybody grieves differently, but her body language alone in the video that she didn't make eye contact. She was looking up and looking away from the person that the reporter that was interviewing her is also looking away. You know, a lot of people said, oh, well, she could be recalling memories. It's possible that she was recalling memories, but it's also possible that she was disconnecting herself from the interview. Oh, I'm sorry, FarQ. People are ugly. Mom's being looked at. Yeah, we're fixing to take a look at what Dandy sent us to. This place, people act differently and things. Sorry for your loss. Absolutely sorry, honey. Yeah, that's horrible. She should always be looked at. Exactly. Danny, it's okay. It just proves showing in public the pain the man all out. Exactly. And I had pain too. So I can't sit here and say that I'm not, you know, going after mom as of yet. The strangest thing to say is sleeping on the way to school. How far is it? It's about a 15-minute drive from the condo to the school, depending on traffic. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Let's see. Thank you for the welcome. It's quiet here late in the UK, so take care. I hope to catch you all again. Thank you so much, Kenny, for coming in. I appreciate you being here with us. Thank you for joining the show. Everybody's sending Kenny off with some Mind of Monsters love there from our community. We love all of our investigators. We're not investigators. We are investigators. And I am not a sleuth. Sleuths do not engage with empathy. Sorry, vigilant group could do so much just saying exactly. A vigilante, absolutely. Let's see, FarQ. Younger people may not embrace vigilantes. See absolutely. Yeah, what was on his phone and him accidentally on purpose factory resetting his phone. FarQ says, Carrie, true. I find it hard to fit in this world. I can't change that. Exactly. Some of us do. You know, it was hard for me to find my place. And yes, yeah, his evidence on his phone's what was the nail in his coffin, if nothing, for lack of better words. The video of his pecker, he must not have had. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Welcome in, Truth and Justice. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you coming in. Okay, so now I'm going to share the footage that I took the day we were down there. And then we're going to look at another video that Dandy has shared with us. So we're going to full screen this, and this is my footage that I took when we drove down to show our respects and kind of get boots on the ground visual view of our own video of the area. Okay, so this is the arbors. This is a really nice area too, guys. Individual walk-in. So this is the arbors. This must be right next to them. These are the condo units. And all right, so this is the arbors. So he's gonna kind of drive slow. There were traffic behind us, I'm gonna show you guys and it's a Mustang. So that was his slow. See, it's gated, and they got a cop. So actually, they had two cops. If you look here, people are asking if there's cameras. So when we drove by, we actually pulled up in here and stopped. And I didn't see any cameras, but this is a guard shack, so I would like to assume that they have cameras somewhere in the area. Check in with a cop. So apparently they're investigating. But this is the condos. Right here, you guys are going to see the sign, the Venetian Bay, and they have cops at the entrance. Okay, so we're getting on the turnpike. And just to get sorry for the wind, guys. what I was doing was I was trying to show the foliage and how thick it is down here. Yeah, we were going down the turnpike, so it was a little rough on the ears, guys. So I apologize, but I just wanted to show how thick the foliage is. You not only have palm trees, pine trees, you have all these little bushes, and
take a right on Nolt Road.
Back it up just a little bit.
So now we're gonna take a right on Nolt Road, and I'll cut all this together. Okay, so we're on Nolt Road in St. Cloud, and you guys, this is like a really residential-y area. See, it's like really residential. Sorry, my car's dirty. I live on a dirt road, so there's that. Excuse the dirty car.
It's not dirty, it's dusty.
But you guys can see, like, this is a really residential-y area. In St. Cloud, Kissimmee, and South Orlando, right? It's all Disney. So you can see, like, there's Walmart. St. Cloud of Walmart. Sorry, you guys probably got the... I don't want to get this guy's plate.
I tried to be respectful to the
flip
local.
my phone around, so we'll flip it around like this. And it looks like this is a crossroad, Canoe Creek Road. And it's really woodsy too, like all over down here. It's really woodsy and swampy areas. And the whole state's pretty much swampy, but it's a nice area. But we're doing this for Frankie and the girls and the mods in our community to be able to get some boots on the ground footage. It took us about 15 minutes to get from the apartment complex to the exit off the turnpike, the Florida Turnpike, to get here where we are now on Nolt Road. And we're headed to Old Hickory Tree, which from what we were seeing from the chopper view, it looks like it's going to be a really rural area once we hit that road. It's a lot of traffic, but it's Saturday in Florida and it's like 70, 80 degrees outside. And I'll flip it back around where you guys don't have to look at me. I'm just not trying to like get people's license plates if I can keep from it. Okay, so really nice area, but it's really woodsy. Like on both sides, it's really woodsy.
Those are retention ponds.
Everywhere down here. Somebody's critters. Here comes another little woodsy area.
He says retention ponds are on every corner in Florida.
You know, thanks to cell phone data,
Literally.
at least they knew where he had a flat tire at.
It's for water overflow from like hurricanes where we have these ponds and rain down here. Another one. And this is a really nice area, and like was a completely dilapidated house. Very surprising that it hadn't been torn down. Just because this was a really ritzy, high-end area. even out this part.
have to cut these in half, guys. There's another one, probably about a half, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a mile.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Hickory Tree Road.
You guys can probably hear my GPS, but I'm not from this area. I'm from Kentucky, so we are using the GPS. Okay, so here's the light. We're going to take a right. This is going to be
At the light, turn right onto Hickory Tree Road.
Hickory Tree Road.
Sorry about the GPS, guys. She's really pushy. Intuition, a quarter of a mile.
Continue on Hickory Tree Road for half a mile.
Okay, so this is Hickory Tree Road.
Okay, so it's going to be wind for a minute. Again, I apologize to anybody that's wearing earbuds. And I don't normally smoke on camera.
In a quarter mile, your destination will be on the left.
My dirty little habit. You guys, this is the area.
Your destination is on the left.
We had somebody behind us, so we couldn't really do much right there. And we drove all the way around because if you look on Google Maps, Hickory Tree Road had two parts to it.
I'll know it when I see it. This is Hickory Tree, and we're just going to kind of, you know, we're using helicopter footage to find the spot, so.
And I'll get back to comments in a minute, guys. I can't see the comments because I'm on a different screen and I don't have the second screen
To
plugged
just
up.
kind of give an idea, this is a long, rural Florida road. I'm going to say we're probably going to come out of this residential area, and that's when we're going to see what we're looking for.
And I did cut these together because, like I said, I didn't have enough memory to do one full trip. Now, this is a back road that we were on. This is actually a really rough road, and it would probably be easy to get a flat tire on this road. Because we went all the way around the area. We went around the back side because like I said there's two parts to Old Hickory Tree. And I also wanted to give like some context to what, you know, it looks like in the back.
This is like a dirt road. It's kind of dirt, kind of concrete. I think it's mainly sand. We're way back here. It's still kind of a rolly area. You've got houses back here, but it's really rural. Okay, so not boots on the ground today. We are Converse on the ground. And here is the house where they were searching. There's the pile back there where the pictures were taken from the police. There's the lake left sign. And there's the woods. This is where Madeline Soto was found. Right here. So that's the house. And that's where the police were standing. This is where everybody was at. Right here. So you guys can see
My producer in the background. Zoom in.
And it's like a really wooded area. He's going to back up a little bit. This is the area. There's the pile that you saw the cop standing by. So she was back in those woods right there. And this is a really rural area too. There's a big ass nice house up there. There's the field. because this is a crime scene, I'm not going to walk in there as much as I want to. But there we go. This is where she was found at.
So that was my footage that I took the day that we were out there, and I'm going to hit back up comments here. I don't want to miss anybody. I appreciate everybody for coming in. Let's see. Truth and Justice, I think I already pulled that up, but hello, thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're still here. Thank you for everybody that replay crews. I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate everybody that takes their time to spend their time with me and listen to me rant. Let's see. Those nice units, right. I always feel when driving in America, we're going so fast. The fastest allowed in Australia is 68.5 miles an hour. Yeah, and he drives like freaking, we're on a race here. In the state of Indiana, we're allowed 70. It's 80 in the interstate in Utah. I get up over 100. Challenger loves to go. Facts. Says 80. I am a fast driver, but got a ticket a few months back. Yeah, I try to stay away from getting tickets. I've never got a ticket, thank goodness. Very, very few. It is extremely heartbreaking. Very sad. Yeah. Yeah, I've been ranting. You missed it. You missed me ranting. I was on a pretty well hot-ass rant about them releasing releasing the photos on Instagram of Maddie's body. It just pissed me off so bad I could barely see straight. I told the girls yesterday I could chew through a 16-penny nail. That's how mad I was. And a 16-penny nail is something that you use for roofing. So just to give you an idea how strong a 16-penny nail is, I could have chewed through that bad boy. I was so pissed yesterday.
In the death of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. One prosecutors are now calling.
And this is from Dandy. Thank you, Dandy, for sending this to me.
For an investigation into this local sheriff and how the story Madeline's mother provided law enforcement doesn't line up with what investigators know.
We spoke one-on-one with Jennifer Soto last Tuesday. Good afternoon. I'm Darlene Jones.
And I'm Greg Wormuth. At that point, her daughter Madeline had been missing for 1 day. She told us that Stephen Stearns, her boyfriend and now the prime suspect in Madeline's death, had taken the teenager to school. She said the last conversation she had with the 13-year-old was the night before. But this report we got a hold of today shows she told deputies she saw her daughter the morning of her disappearance. Channel 9 investigative reporter Shannon Butler has been digging into the details of this case. She joins us live in studio. And Shannon, that's not the only thing you noticed in this new report.
Greg, no one has been charged in Madeline Soto's death, but we do know investigators are looking into who knew what and when. And some of that means looking at those initial interviews of the couple and the ones later on. Sources tell me the statements about the timeline are not consistent. Jennifer Soto told us last week that the last conversation she had with her daughter was about her 13th birthday party the night before Maddie disappeared.
I told her good night and yeah, that was it.
But according to documents, Sunday night was not the last time Soto saw Maddie. New documents show that Maddie's mom told deputies on February 26th that she saw her daughter getting dressed for school at 8 o'clock that morning, and that her boyfriend then took the teen to school. But since that initial report was taken, we learned from the Orange County Sheriff that Maddie was likely dead earlier than that.
Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time and that Stephen Stearns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day.
Channel 9 has been going through statements from Stephen Stearns and Soto trying to piece together what happened in the last few hours of the little girl's life, starting with our interview of the couple. Her mom told us last week.
We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
But in that same interview, then said,
I wasn't the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner. But yeah.
Detectives believe Maddie was likely dead early Monday morning because a video timeline shows Maddie's belongings being dumped in a dumpster at 7:35 by Stearns. At 8:19, Sheriff Mina said video shows Maddie in Stearns' vehicle believed to be deceased. Since then, The case has moved to Kissimmee Police, and sources tell us that Soto has been interviewed multiple times by detectives at 2 agencies, and that they are looking closely at all the
Oh,
statements
that
she's
infuriates
made.
me.
But officially, Kissimmee Police won't comment. So this initial report also shows that Stearns told investigators that after Maddie got out of his car, she stopped to look in that book bag before he drove away. That same book bag was found actually in the dumpster. After her death, he then said he went home for about an hour after going to the vape store and running errands. He was home that day until 2:30. Detectives say a tip showed him changing a flat tire not far from where the little girl's body was found that afternoon.
All right, Shannon, it is starting to piece together. Thank you. We also spoke to suspect Stephen Stearns before he was arrested. He also told us he dropped off Madeline for school the morning of her disappearance.
She was asleep for most of the way.
Oh, this man
Told her have a
infuriates
good
me.
day at school when she got out. I love her. She said, thanks, love you too. That was it.
Again, law enforcement believes Stearns never drove Madeline to school and that she was already dead that morning.
Greg, also breaking this afternoon, the state attorney's office says it's asking the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to investigate how and why a photo that appeared to be a body in the woods was posted to the Osceola County Sheriff's personal Instagram page. The photo was posted less than 24 hours after investigators found Madeline Soto's body. Sheriff Marcos Lopez, who you see here, said he accidentally posted the image when sharing a post of himself visiting a senior citizens area. The sheriff's office has not said why the sheriff had the photo or who took it. Developments continue to come out in this tragic story in our community. For Eyewitness News at 5, we'll show you the impact Madeline's death has had on our entire.
Okay, so thank you, Dandy, for sharing that with us. And I'm going to bring up this article. So for those of y'all that have seen the arrest affidavit, are going to be familiar with some of the things that I'm going to read in this article. I'm going to check back with chat real quick. Truth and Justice says she's going to go back and watch me rant. Oh my gosh, I thought I heard, but I wasn't sure. Not yet. Oh no. Sorry, guys. Door knocked. You're okay. Right? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yep. So now mom doesn't look so damn innocent, does she? All right. So we're going to take a look at this. This is going to be a video.
Julius Melendez says parents have been asking for information on the school district's policies on absences. This comes after officials say the mother of 13-year-old Madeline Soto, who was found dead in St. Cloud, didn't find out Madeline hadn't shown up to school in Orange County last Monday until she tried to pick her up at around 4:30 in the afternoon.
For every hour to us may seem like nothing, but to a parent who's lost a child, every hour feels like a full day.
Officials with Osceola County Schools say they notify elementary school parents of absences at 10 a.m., middle school parents at 11 a.m., and high school parents at 5 p.m.
High school students, they have a tendency to dual enroll at local colleges. They do internships. They have, if they're a senior, they can finish all their credits and only need to take 1 or 2 classes and then they can go home. So their schedules vary a lot more.
Officials with Orange say the district considers a student absent when they miss more than half of the school day. The final cutoff for teachers to submit attendance is at 3:30 p.m. Once attendance is finalized in the system, a report is run and the message is sent to families. Officials with Seminole confirmed they notify parents but didn't provide us with exact times, adding the times vary due to varying start times across grade levels. They say it's also dependent on how many absences there are on a given day. Volusia says they notify elementary parents at around 10 and secondary parents at around 5 or 6 p.m. Melendez says the school districts aren't to blame for what happened, but he says a vague state statute that does not give districts a time frame to notify parents should change.
You know, that very first hour is when you have the highest chance of recovery. And so every hour that goes past that, you're diminishing the opportunity to be able to recover that student or recover that person.
We reached out to the Kissimmee Police Department for an update on the case. They've declined an interview
Aw.
for now, saying the work continues on this case. That is the main focus right now. In Osceola County, Megan Mulatto, WESH 2 News.
Yeah. So we're going to read this article. Tampa, Florida, WFLA. Madeline Soto, whose body was found last week after her disappearance in late February, had been sexually abused for nearly 2 years by her mother's boyfriend, according to video photographs found by the Kissimmee police. An affidavit made public Tuesday says Stephen Stearns, 37, sexually abused Madeline in August of 2022 when she was 11 years old. The affidavit said photos and videos of the assault were discovered by investigators searching Stearns' phone during the search for Madeline. While victim's name is redacted in the affidavit, a birth date matching that of Madeline is documented, as well as a reference to the victim as the missing juvenile. Stearns is facing 2 counts of sexual battery of a minor and counts of possession of child sexual abuse material for sexual battery of a minor under 12. Stearns could face the death penalty. And that was just recently passed here in Florida, that these monsters can be put to death for crimes against a child. And I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, but I fully agree with the death penalty. An eye for an eye. Absolutely. These cowards are man enough to take these babies' lives. They're man enough, from where I'm from, to fry in the electric chair. I am from Kentucky. It is a death penalty state, and they fry them. In my hometown, you get a bulletin that comes across the TV, and it says you may experience an electrical surge. The reason it says that is because the lights may flicker because of the electric chair. So, sorry if anybody disagrees with me, but that's how I feel about it. Let's see, they only get the needle here. Dandy says she votes DP 100%. Let's see. School starts around 9. I get an automated call about 10 a.m. if my guy isn't there. Facts. See? Thank you, Dandy, for subbing up to Truth and Justice. Is Sally my Jack? Can't stay long. Dropping by to say hello and thank you for covering this case. I hope Mom is looked into. Maddie deserves justice. Thank you so much for stopping by. Haven't seen you in a while. Not even taking their lives. SA is a child lifetime trauma for the child. It is. So, and there's red flags that are there. There is red flags that are there. As a mother, as a father, as a parent, if you have a significant other in your home that is not the child's parent, or even if they are the child's parent in the world we live in today, please talk to your children, communicate with your children, watch, listen, and speak. Do not let these monsters abuse your children. Do not leave them alone with your children. Do not move crazy men with extremely long freaking records in your backyard to murder your child. Just don't do it. And these kids don't pay for their phones. You pay for their phone. Go through their phone. Go through their phone. Know what apps they're on. Know who they're talking to. This is not something that just started happening. This has happened since the beginning of time. But social media gives them a pedophile's playground. And a child that feels like she needs to go live in the woods, there was something going on at home. There had to be red flags there. There was red flags. My sister that is adopted, I have several sisters. She was adopted. She was molested by her stepdad. It was the most horrifying stories to hear her talk about. And I'm talking about when she was little. She would hang metal coat hangers on her door so she could hear him come in at night. These children are traumatized. They're traumatized. And it's not only men that does this, it's women too. You can't trust your child in church. You can't trust your child at school. You can't trust your child in daycare. How many times? I don't use Facebook a lot. I mean, I be lurking in some groups. I might use Messenger every now and then, but I don't even have Facebook on my phone. How many times have I opened my Twitter feed in the past 2 months and seen a preacher, a pastor, a teacher, a coach arrested for crimes against children? Too many damn times. That's how many times. I'm going to read comments real quick. Let's see. Okay, Doxy. Hey, Doxy, welcome in, honey. Hey, Sunshine, I have to pick up my son up from school shortly. Just wanted to pop in and say hello. Hello, my love. Thank you for coming in. Stop dating for that reason. Exactly. Exactly, 100%. Big red flags. Huge red flags. Huge red flags. Still get poor sleep from the abuse you suffered as a child and you're 45. See? This is something that lives with you your entire life. If your child is grabbing themselves, that's a sign of pain. If your child is not sleeping at night and they have big black marks under their eyes and bags under their eyes, they're not sleeping. They're going through something. Talk to your child. Know what your kids are doing. Know who they're talking to. Know who they're communicating with. If we're going to be a voice for the voiceless, we have to be a voice for our children. We have to be a voice for our children, because if you're not a voice for your child, who is going to be a voice for your child? Just like there's rumors going around that she reached out to school and told the school, the resource officer, friends. People knew this was happening. If you see something, say something. You could save a child's life. You could save a child's life. We can sit up here and say we're advocates, but look at this face on your screen. If somebody had listened to Maddie, we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation tonight. We would be talking about haunted hotels or Bigfoot or something to clean the palate, since we do so much ugly here. But no, because a mother chose her own happiness over her child's protection. There are websites. You can do background checks. It doesn't matter if you pick them up in a bar or pick them up at church anymore. Monsters are everywhere. They walk among us. They're everywhere. I'm going to go through comments again. Barky's saying hello to Doxy. Carrie says, I don't have children, but I touch my dog in a wrong way and you're done. Facts! I got a big ocean for you. I love it, Carrie. I love all my friends from across the pond that come to play. Come on. Come on. My little panel guest here. Saying hello, hello, hello. Far's feeling a lot better. Far's been sick, guys, so glad to see her in chat. She hasn't been around the streets. Skipped over Doc or Dandy. Sorry, love. I pray for the day we have nothing to discuss if the weather. Facts. Facts. Let's talk about the weather. Let's talk about Bigfoot. Let's talk about aliens. Let's talk about UFOs. Let's talk about government conspiracy theories. Hell, I'm even down for a flat earth live. But not our children. Not our children. Protect your children. Protect your children. There's too many missing kids. Too many abused children. Too many children that nobody took the time to be a voice for them. Nobody took the time to get their head out of their damn phone and be there for their child. And you guys know how I feel about it. These are not normal people. This is not somebody that, you bring home to mama or daddy or for dinner.
Been. Let's see, I don't know. Let me think. Let me knock on Mr. Noggin. Who could trick us into doing that? Could have been Satan.
Because we know it's not normal people. And when something like this happens and you don't say anything, and you're a parent, or you're a mother, or you're a father, it straight makes you look like a jackass. That's what it makes you look like. Guys, I appreciate everybody for being here tonight. For those of you that are new to the channel, this is Mind of Monsters. I'm Sunshine. Normally I have my camera on, but I don't tonight because I look rough. So my camera is not on tonight. But I do appreciate everybody for popping in. I work 40 hours a week, so I don't have my hair or nothing done. It's a freaking mess. This has been really stressful. Now I'm going to go ahead and say that FARQ has asked which we probably will end up going back down, if I will take some flowers down there. And you guys let me know in chat, but I feel like when we do these memorial sites, I love everybody taking stuffed animals and all these things, but you also have to keep in mind the environment and the community that's going to have to clean those up. So I was thinking about maybe going by like Home Depot and getting some bulbs for flowers that naturally grow here in Florida, and maybe actually plant a couple of flowers on the fence line where Maddie's was found, not far from that spot. You guys let me know how you feel about that. If you and this channel's not monetized, and I don't expect anybody to pitch in. Just like this trip that we did, that all came out of my pocket because this is what I do, and this is what I do for the missing. And those of y'all that are OG to the channel know the reason why I do what I do. But I don't ever ask for any donations or anything. I just thank you guys for being here and being supportive and being a part of my community and being, what we are, a voice for the voiceless. If you are new to the channel or you're catching replay clue, one thing we do not put up with around here is drama. We also have map time from time to time and trolls. Absolutely be eaten in this chat because my mods are not against playing whack-a-troll and hitting you with that wrench. But I appreciate everybody that came in tonight and was respectful. Always, always, always. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everything you guys do for me and keep me in line and straight and where I need to be. So keep your filthy hands off our future. Facts. You couldn't have said it better. Yeah, Far's been sick. I talk to Far on a daily basis. She's been sick, so I've been worried to death about her. I probably aggravate the life out of her messaging her. Oh, I love you too, Doxy. Thank you so much. Thank you, Farkey, for coming in. I appreciate it. And yes, rest in peace, Madeline. Rest in heaven. You grew your wings too early, but at least she's not in pain anymore, guys. Thank you so much. So everybody likes that? Excuse me. I love the idea of planting flowers instead of doing like stuffed animals or something. I want to, like, because, Mr. Sunshine's a local to the area. He's actually from here. Um, and I really want to do that. Like, I really want to go and get some flowers. And of course, I'll post photos and I'll do like a short video of the flowers. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm getting choked up, so my voice is kind of crackling a little bit. So, hugs and kisses to you too, Carrie. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, everybody, for being here. As always, remember, it takes a village to raise a child. If you see something, say something. Never give up. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.